former President Olusegun Obasanjo's letter and reaction by the presidency are still a major talking point in the country. In a swift reaction to the sweeping allegation made by the former president and alleged plot with the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to rig the presidential poll, President's senior special assistant on media and publicity, Garba Shehu, noted that the allegation only existed in his imagination. The presidency also stated that Chief Obasanjo was simply, quote, jealous of President Buhari's achievements and the goodwill he enjoys in the hearts of his supporters. Mr. Garba Shehu further attacked the former president, saying that his administration failed in tackling corruption where President Buhari was succeeding. And former chairman Amuwo-Odofin LG Ayo Adewale joins us now to discuss the former president's 16-page letter and what impact this may have on the forthcoming elections. Many thanks for joining us, Mr. Adewale.
Thank you for having me. 16-
16-page letter, 28 days to the election. Do you think this is ominous or just innocuous to the polity at this time of the day?
Well, you must appreciate that Mr. Obasanjo has his right to expose how he thinks and all of that, but the Nigerian people also have the right to tell the world what had happened in history, how some people have come to bedevil this country to the state where it is right now, and how a present administration is helping to put the country on the right track.
Okay, would you examine some of the things that are contained in the letter? First is the issue of insecurity. The former president is alleging that things have really gone bad with what we have compared to what was in 2015 when the former president made promise to eradicate and eliminate Boko Haram. What we have today, that isn't quite the same.
You must appreciate that fire starts from a spark. And if the fire ab initio starts and you don't put it off immediately, it has a tendency of taking over the place and of course, ravaging the entire space. The Buhari administration met a lot of bandwagon of corruption within the security firmament. And the best way to go is to restructure the whole security network, which they're trying to do. Of course, equip it appropriately. And they have also demonstrated the ability to do that. A lot of purchase have been placed for modern technical
The more reason why you expect some appreciable success with everything, the overhaul going on, like you rightly mentioned, yes. The fight against corruption going on, like you rightly mentioned, that you're thinking with what has gone into that sector, just oppose that with the results that we are getting today.
Take, for example, when the president needed about $1 billion to purchase equipment and ammunition. Of course, you know the level of resistance that idea got in the National Assembly. People were not actually looking at the importance of that expenditure, but rather they decided to politicize it to their own self-ends. We must put country first, beyond personal aggrandizement. And if we are all saddled to do that, then the issue of insecurity would have been the thing of the past.
Okay, if you leave the flank of the Boko Haram and you look at the issue of armed banditry in the northeastern parts of the country, we know the government is doing a lot right now. More equipment has been sent, more troops has been sent. Do you think we perhaps are quenching the fire in front and leaving our rear behind, exposed? The
administration have not left anything behind. They have done their best to aggregate all of these issues. The issue of armed banditry as it is now is a cumulative of what have happened in the past. A lot of youth have been left uncared for and all of these things. It's like cancer. Cancer doesn't just manifest itself in one day. It actually started age-long in the body. And everything that you see now are testament of what have gotten bad in the past. And we must thank this administration for one thing. I keep telling people in every opportunity I have to discuss about the Nigerian state. I say that if we don't take care of this present generation of Nigerians that we have, you've seen how they've exposed their capacity in internal fraud and what have you. If you don't contain them, you're going to see a lot of disaster in future. So this administration is containing a lot of bad tendencies that we have now in order for it not to bastardize the future that is fast coming.
All right, we have to go now, but what do you have to say about the reaction of the presidency to former President Obasanjo's letter, the wordings of the letter, calling the former president sick, calling him a liar? Is that appropriate?
It is just mere distraction. It's mere distraction. I would advise the administration just to put it in their archives. you understand, allowing people to go study the nuisance in that particular write-up. Because if I was Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, I'll be asking Nigeria for forgiveness. I had the chance to govern this country for 8 years. 8 years would have allowed me to put energy in place. 8 years would have allowed me to put all the academia in place.
He did put telecommunication in place?
Telecommunication was brought about...
Which brought in lots of jobs, creation for Nigeria?
Was brought about the private sector. He should have used that idea to put energy in place. Energy is more important than telecommunication. The energy would have created jobs. The energy would have resolved the issue
and he did secure debt relief for the country. Isn't that appreciable? We have to go now. Many thanks for coming.
Who incurred the debt in the first place?
TVC News Hour, Mr. Adewale. We appreciate that.
Thank you for having me.
Let us move on now to some other stories.